so much for stopping by my channel today. As always, it's Saba. I have been contemplating my return ever since the murder of George Floyd. I have videos planned throughout the whole month of June. I basically have videos planned since April. It is now June and here we are. So I uploaded my last video on May 21st. He got killed on that next Monday and the protests began on Tuesday. Granted, I hadn't posted basically all of May. Oh, I do remember why I didn't post like in the beginning of May. But anyway, those videos will be up, shortly. But then when that happened, I actually had kind of like an excuse to not post because I didn't want to continue on like the regularly scheduled program when it was like really big things going on in the world. So like basically out of respect and also out of me not super knowing exactly what I wanted to say, I didn't say anything on my YouTube. Now I was active on my Twitter and I was semi-active on my Instagram, but I was really active on Twitter because Twitter was like a really good source of what was going on in the world and still is a good source. The news doesn't show you things that social media shows you, like they just don't. I've been contemplating when I should come back, and thankfully Juneteenth happened yesterday and it all just seems to have come full circle for me. I have watched a couple videos that made me like want to record, but it just didn't seem like the right time, and now finally like it has come to me what I want kind of my message to be. Just a heads up, this might be a controversial video. I'm not sure. I don't know how you guys feel about the topics at hand, but this is how I feel. I did not post anything on my Instagram about Juneteenth because I honestly don't think it's something, to celebrate. I'm really grateful that the Lord has blessed me with my mom and, people that I have put in my life to like bring perspective onto things that everybody else seems to be like super, gung-ho about. I don't really know how to put it into words, but my mom has always been really headstrong, and she never really did what everybody else did. She never, she was always her own person, and I think I got that from her. I think that's one of my traits. And my mom said something the other day like, why are people celebrating Juneteenth? Because that wasn't the end of slavery. That's just when they told not even everybody. It was just Texas, Galveston, Texas. Google is free, and by that I mean you can easily access Google on any of the devices that you use, even the device you're using to watch this video. Well, for the most part. I think you can even look at it on smart TVs, but back to the video. And as much as they censor the internet, there's plenty of ways to find information about what you're looking for. And all of your information should not come from Instagram. It shouldn't come from the news. It shouldn't even come from Twitter. You need to do your own research. Even like everything. Okay, back to Juneteenth. Lincoln put the Emancipation Proclamation out in 1863. Juneteenth is supposed to celebrate the slaves finding out that they were free. But Lincoln put the Emancipation Proclamation out in 1863 for the rebellious states. There were other states, border states, that were still allowed to have slaves. Research, okay? In 1861, when the Civil War started, there were 20, because West Virginia didn't become a state until 1863. The Civil War started in 1861. So in 1861, there were 20 free states and 11 slave states. But there were also, like I said, border states, states in the Union that were still allowed to have slaves. Delaware, Kentucky, Maryland, and Missouri. When Lincoln passed the Emancipation, I feel like I'm a history teacher. When Lincoln passed the Emancipation Proclamation, he specifically said the rebellious states. That encompassed the 11 states that were in the Confederacy. But Delaware, Kentucky, Maryland, and Missouri were still allowed to have slaves. Lincoln did not end slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation. He was using that as a war tactic. The only reason the Civil War happened was because abolitionists were trying to end slavery. The South said, no, they make us money. I don't want to end slavery. I'm going to leave the Union. They left. And that's when the Civil War happened. This is not a super detailed line by line timeline of what went on, fact by fact, what exactly went on, because again, the internet is free. It doesn't take long to think about, what do I want to learn about today? Type it up and learn. It's free. Use it. And also, anything in this day and age that is just thrown at you from every angle, from everybody, I don't understand why people don't question that. Like, I was getting emails about Juneteenth from Forever 21. Forever 21. My sister said something about Black History Month. Why is Black History Month in February when Juneteenth, supposedly, you know, people are celebrating for the last of the slaves to know they were free, is in June? The Emancipation Proclamation was signed and put into effect in January. The 13th Amendment, which actually abolished slavery, that was enacted in December. Why did they choose February? And again, not again, because I didn't say this yet, but it's just what they're giving you. They gave you February to celebrate Black History Month. February doesn't have anything to do with Black people. And then again, this Juneteenth thing, now some states are making it like an actual holiday, which is really nice, but why? It's just like stuff happens, you get this little tiny thing that's like a speck of whatever, and then they like push that at you to get your mind off of what's actually happening, is all I'm trying to say. It's a distraction. And then it's like when people were celebrating, they had on like dashikis and Africa charms. That doesn't have anything to do with Africa. It was in America. And none of my videos are ever to tell people what to do, unless I'm like doing a how-to video, like how to make a face mask. And even when I'm doing that, it's like I'm not giving you like any super 100% measurements. You take it for what it is and you tweak it for what fits you. Nothing is ever 100% for everybody. So I'm not really telling, this video is not to say like don't celebrate Juneteenth. It's just to like to provoke some thoughts. It's just to provoke some thoughts, give you something to think about. Okay, and then I'll trickle down to COVID. I think you can get demonetized if you say Corona on YouTube, because I saw that like when it first happened, like people were literally like about to say it and they stopped themselves or whatever. And again, why? If this is something that we're all supposed to be concerned about, why can't you say it on YouTube? Why would you get demonetized? That's number one. Number two is the fact that the masks, people are upset at other people for not wearing masks when they have a mask on. You are exercising your protection. Your mask is protecting you. This 6 feet is protecting you. Why are you upset that I don't have a mask on? And I'm not saying me, you know, because I'm not really necessarily talking about myself, but there are videos up of people upset about people not having masks on. There's videos of white women going into stores, telling them when they ask them or whatever that they have a medical condition. And again, research, you don't have to wear a mask if you have a medical reason to not do such. And you do not have to provide documentation of such medical condition, okay? And they're not supposed to, like when I say they, I mean stores are not supposed to discriminate against you for not being able to wear a mask. The mask that you're wearing is to protect you. I'm protecting myself when I have a mask on. I'm not protecting you. If I take, for instance, cough medicine I'm not protecting you from, coughing. I'm protecting myself. Okay? That's just simple common sense. People in the comments are calling them Karen, like, oh, here's Karen, like, starting her ish again. Oh, Karen, just wants an argument. Oh, Karen. No, that is in the mask or it's not a law, number one. It's in the ordinance, I think is the word for it. It's in the order. It's literally there. I looked it up. I researched it. I saw it. Okay? You'll say, oh, it's not discriminatory to not let somebody in if they don't want to wear a mask. And on the other hand, you'll say it is discriminatory to not let somebody in if they're Black. All of it is discrimination. You cannot, that's like if you go to a store and you're blind and they tell you can't come in. That's not fair. It's discrimination. That's discrimination. It's discrimination. Whether you agree with it or not, it's discrimination. That's it. You can't discriminate against people. But clearly in this day and age, you can when it works for you. It's not really fair. And things like this honestly make me question my place in this, YouTube social media space, because I have never, and I probably, something on my eye or something. I have never, and I probably will never be one to see something somewhere and just instantly agree. I instantly think it's right. Okay? Especially something that has been so produced. When this first came out, like I made my DIY hand sanitizer video about it just to be helpful, because it is good to be clean and antibacterial. When I was like talking about how it's going to protect you against the corona, like it was kind of like in a jokey, like sarcastic kind of way, because like, number one, like I said in the video, you should have been washing your hands. You should have been giving people their space. You should have been covering your mouth. It's like something in my eye. You should have been covering your mouth when you sneeze, cough, anything in between. And somebody in the comments on one of those videos with the woman talking with the managers about not letting her, and somebody in the comments said, if she has a medical condition, she shouldn't be shopping anyway because she's going to cough on something and then people are going to get the virus. First of all, medical conditions don't necessarily mean you're sick. Okay, if you're blind, again, back to the blindness, if you're blind, you're not sick. You just can't see. A medical condition could be anything that prevents you from wearing a mask. You could have PTSD from somebody trying to suffocate you or something. You could have claustrophobia. You could have asthma. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're quote unquote sick. This whole thing is literally just like making people into like, I don't even know the word for it, but it's just to like, people are just like harassing people. Not even like law enforcement, but like other citizens harassing us. That's like if it's raining outside and y'all have umbrellas and I'm walking without one, why does it matter to you? In your head, I'm getting rained on. That has nothing to do with you. It literally has nothing to do with you. Maybe when I'm talking to like, my husband or my friends or something, like I am very bossy, one could say. But, to my viewers and subscribers and stuff like that, I would never like try to boss you guys around. I would never try to push my agenda, whatever that agenda may be, onto you. Even in the sense of like YouTube, I would never like promote any products or whatever that I personally don't feel useful or I don't think they would work or blah, 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 blah. That's just to say this channel is not to tell anybody what to do. Also, for you guys, this channel is not for you guys to tell me what to do, because this is off topic, but like, let's say on like my McDonald's video, like you get some comments where it's like, that's horrible on your part, like that she didn't want to work at McDonald's. Like, okay, like thanks for your input. Like I'll go put my application back in and work there forever just because you want me to. Like, what the fuck? Why? What? I don't understand. It's, and people are gonna have their opinions on anything, just like I have my opinion. Like, I'm not telling y'all can't have your own opinion. That's why the comments are like never disabled on any of my videos. The only comments that I delete or anything like that are like rude comments, hateful comments, whatever. Those are the only comments that I delete. But anybody having a difference of opinion from me or anything like that, I don't delete those comments. Y'all are free to basically like say whatever you want, have any opinion you want, as long as it's not mean or anything like that, because I just don't, not even for myself, I just don't like other people kind of like taking up for me in instances like that, because in my opinion they don't take up for me in a way that I would want to be taken up for. So I just delete them to save myself the trouble of seeing whatever argument ensues from it, because I get those notifications. For the most part, I get almost every like comment notification on my phone, unless YouTube just doesn't show it to me. But yeah, this is a safe space for all, whether you want to wear a mask or not. When you watch this video, it really doesn't make me, never mind, because as you can see, I'm not wearing one. So doctors have even said masks, restrict your airflow. Let's say you are having corona symptoms, it might be because you're breathing in the chemicals from, your mask. You're supposed to let stuff out and let stuff in. Like, you're not supposed to keep, But again, I digress. Stay informed. I don't watch the news. So it's really good for people like myself to stay informed with things that are going on like on social media. But it's also a double-edged sword, because as much as you learn from social media, you should also do your own research. If you're feeling skeptical, or if you're feeling uneasy, or if you're feeling like stuff just isn't adding up or making sense to you, you should do your own research. You should figure out things for yourself, because there are multiple facts and also multiple opinions online available to you that will be beneficial to your overall general like knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's it. I don't know. I'm just here. I couldn't come back to my channel without commenting on what's been going on. Honestly, I just hope you all take the information I presented to you in this video and use it. Hope you enjoyed. That is going to be the end of this video. Don't forget to do your good deed of the day and like this video. And if you're so inclined, if you stayed the whole time, you can also subscribe for extra kudos, extra blessings, extra cool points. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.